going to pick and choose what they want the viewers to see, but they're openly admitting it. They're telling us what their strategy is.
It's quite disgusting to see. And I'm fed up with this. I'm fed up with all this KKK. It comes up, like I said, I mentioned it before. It comes up in every election cycle, and it's a leftist tactics that the left uses on the right. But now you have the right using it on its own, and it's ridiculous. It is disgusting, and I'm fed up with this bull crap. And I'm just done with it. You have Mitch McConnell who's basically trying to get money from his donors, from their donors to put these attack ads if Donald Trump wins. They're going to put it regardless if he wins big or not. They just want to make sure that they push him out enough so that he doesn't get to that threshold, that magic threshold of 51% of the delegates, so that he doesn't get nominated. And I heard a story of the GOP. One of the GOP strategy is to kind of bring in a white horse, and that white horse being Mitt Romney, who failed miserably. And I think that's why Mitt has been on the television recently, calling for Donald Trump's taxes. What do you think about that, Christina?
Well, I think it's getting to the point where it's just embarrassing, and no matter what they throw at us, we're not buying it. Right. And every time these attacks come toward us, you can just see Donald Trump's poll numbers go up. He's dominating. He's a threat to the establishment. It's glaringly obvious that these people don't even care, like Cambria was saying. They don't even care if Hillary Clinton wins. They would prefer Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump because with Hillary Clinton, at least it doesn't threaten the gravy train. These people are corrupt. They don't even try to hide it anymore. It used to be kind of a bottom shelf brown paper bag, and now they're just out in the open saying, this is what we're going to do. Yeah. We're going to do a broker convention. We're going to throw any tax at Donald Trump and see what sticks. And it's not working at all. People are angry, and it's just the silent majority. We're rising up and saying enough's enough, and we're sick of it.
Yeah, exactly. There was also an article, I don't know where I pulled this up from, and it says, fears of Trump as a fascist echoes similar warnings against Ronald Reagan. And I said this yesterday. I go, this happens in every election. It happened when Reagan was running. They pulled out, I don't know how old you ladies are, and I won't say, but I know I'm old enough to remember that they pulled out all the stops to stop Ronald Reagan. The same thing. Calling him dumb, calling him uneducated, calling him, basically saying that he wanted to get rid of the Bill of Rights and all this other nonsense. And it's the same playbook they've been using for years. And that's what's frustrating the right and the left. The fact that Donald Trump is not playing by their playbook. He's playing by his own playbook. He's changing the game. What do you say about that, Cambry?
I think they're scared to death. Honestly, actually, it's sad because we can laugh about this because it's so comical how desperate they are. I mean, we are seeing desperation all over the news. It's hilarious. It actually kind of makes us chuckle. But you're right. They're going to call him every trick. They're going to bring out every trick. They're going to pull every move that actually worked before. But it's like I posted today on Twitter. Donald Trump is running an election in a new era. This is definitely a new era. This is not the same era that they're used to campaigning for. You have a new generation of voters that are out there. We are younger. Right. A lot of people are 18 years old. You're seeing a lot more people in their 30s. And a lot of the taxes that they used before isn't working anymore. And so what they're doing is they're operating in a generation, in an era of 20 years ago. And they're trying to pull the same stuff that worked on the more conservative evangelical voters probably 20 years ago. But when you get into 2016, we do live in, I would like to say, a more common sense conservative world / conservative liberal type of world nowadays. And so what they're doing now to try to throw all these names, and it's just like Christina said earlier, they're trying to throw everything that's going to stick at Donald Trump, and it's not sticking because he's not running campaign in the 1980s. He's in 2016. It's a new era. It's a new generation.
It is a new generation.
That is why it is resonating with people. Yeah, exactly why it's working.
All right. You're listening to New Media Patriot, the silent majority here. If you want to call us, the number is 347-338-1775. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Evan from Texas.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Say again. You're breaking up, brother. Say again.
I said I'm good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. You have a question for our guest?
Yeah, no. I just wanted to call in and say great job, brother, and
oh man, thanks.
And weigh in. Just a question for you.
Yep.
Do you think Georgia is a precursor to what is going to happen tonight, the way Fox News is reporting?
I am. What are they reporting? Because I'm live on the air and I'm not listening. I'm not watching Fox. What are they reporting? Let my audience know.
Trump took it in a landslide, 48% to the remainder of the others.
Is this Gavin?
It is.
Hey, Gavin, how are you? This is my friend, Gavin. Gavin,
Yeah.
Ladies, if you don't know, Gavin has one of the best shows on ICRN. He's featured on in Texas. He's a Texas boy. He is awesome. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And Gavin Mitchell has one of the best shows on ICRN. I mean, you have to listen to his show. I just recognized the voice. I said, wait a minute, this is Gavin. You came in broken up, but I'm glad you called. So, Gavin, thank you for calling, brother. It means a lot. And, we basically support each other here because we're out for the same cause. So yeah, that is interesting news. Gavin, I heard, Gavin actually interviewed, Donald Trump's, what is he? What's his name? Stephen Miller, Donald Trump's spokesperson, on his show. That was a great interview, and you have to listen to it. So tell us, Gavin, how did that interview go for you? That was one of your first major interviews on the AM show. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, I don't want this to become about me. I called in to support y'all guys and what you're doing. I appreciate. Yeah, no, hear me. I appreciate what y'all are doing, but to answer your question very quickly, it was a great interview. And if you listen to that show, we had a senior advisor from Rubio, a senior advisor from Trump's camp, Stephen Miller, it happened to be. And I let them talk. I didn't want to get in there. I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to argue points. I wanted to give them an opportunity to answer the questions the way they wanted to. Mm-hmm. And then through the week in the podcast, if there's something that I wanted to address, I definitely would. Right. But it was just an information dump, if you would, to our listeners, and it couldn't have gone better.
Well, I tell you, I listen to you, and I also listen to your buddy there, Matt Locke. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to listen to real radio, you go to Spreaker, type in Gavin Mitchell or type in Matt Locke, and those two guys are genius. And I want to thank you for calling.
Yeah, well, buddy, I wanted to call and say great job to your entire panel there tonight. I had to call in and say great work, and I appreciate what you're doing. And we'll talk soon, okay, man?
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Take care. Well, that was Gavin. That was Gavin Mitchell, my pal. Anyway, I'm sorry, girls. It was a bro moment there that I was having with my buddy there.
That's okay, but what he says are Virginia numbers. The Virginia numbers have come in right now. Donald Trump's 38.0 and Marco Rubio's 31.6. So this is definitely a tight race, but I believe that Donald Trump is setting the precursor with what's going to happen for the rest of the evening. Yeah,
it should be interesting. It should be very interesting to see. Not because so much, Donald Trump winning, but how the GOP establishment is going to attempt to spin this in a way where they kind of, you know how they always do. They kind of downplay everything. So let's continue here. I'm going to play a clip of speaking of the GOP establishment, the elites there, I'm going to play a clip from Paul Ryan on Donald Trump this evening, I believe. I'm going to play that clip now.
This is the kind of moment where we should be having a serious debate about the policies needed to restore the American idea. Instead, the conversation over the last few days has been about white supremacist groups. As you know, I try to stay out of the day-to-day ups and downs of the primary. But I've also said when I see something that runs counter to who we are as a party and as a country, I will speak up. So today I want to be very clear about something. If a person wants to be the nominee of the Republican Party, there can be no evasion and no games. They must reject any group or cause that is built on bigotry. This party does not prey on people's prejudices. We appeal to their highest ideals. This is the party of Lincoln. We believe all people are created equal in the eyes of God and our government. This is fundamental. And if someone wants to be our nominee, they must understand this. I hope this is the last time I need to speak out on this race.
Like I said, they're all putting their tough guy costumes on. And if you see that video, I tweeted it out earlier today, and I said, check out the terrible acting job. I mean, if you see it, it's terrible. I don't know if you see it. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And he's trying to be a tough guy. Like, he's trying to wear his big boy pants and kind of threaten Donald Trump. And then the funny thing is, you know, he mentions the most critical part of that statement basically was that he says he doesn't want it to be, there can't be no evasive or games. And here they are playing games, trying to knock Donald Trump off his pedestal.
Yep. It's simple how they're doing it, though. I mean, if this is the thing, this campaign, the way that Donald Trump is running this, like I said, I'm a baby. I speak on behalf of what I see psychologically. This is like a psychological campaign. There's a goal that they have in mind. Okay, they are going to ridicule. They are going to marginalize everything they possibly can. His goal today and his objective, and this is what Paul Ryan did today. His goal is they're going to speak up. They're going to use debates. They're going to use the social media. They're going to use ad campaigns to do what? They're going to push Donald Trump's buttons or any candidate's buttons to force them to speak out against what they are saying. Yeah. That is one of the attempts that they're doing, and that's what he did today. He spoke up today so he can force Donald Trump to come back and speak. That's one of the tactics that they're going to use, and today he did that, is to keep it alive, poke the bear in the belly, and then once he does that so many times, Donald Trump is going to be forced to respond. That is the game that they're playing.
Christina?
Right. Well, and it's funny because I watched the interview, I think it was on CNN, where the guy was asking Trump, do you denounce this KKK or this man, David Duke? And Trump's like, can you give me I don't know who this person is. I didn't hear, did he endorse me? And Trump said it perfectly, like, send me the list of people who are supposedly endorsing me or what they said, and I want to do my research, and then I will denounce, of course, anything, any group like the KKK or
listen, two words,
dangerous groups that are coming out.
Yeah, two words. Robert Byrd.
Right.
That's it. Robert Byrd.
That's a great answer, because the media is, and Donald Trump understands the media and how sneaky they are. Right. Because for all we know, the guy's name that he was throwing out could have been a great guy, and then now we have Donald Trump, denouncing some great man, and he's going to trap him. So he's like, send me the list, I'll do research, and I'll denounce people if they're a part of a racist group. What's wrong with that? And like I said before, Robert Byrd was the longest serving senator, and he was a known Klansman. He was like a Grand Wizard or something, and of course, everybody who associated with him, as long as you're a Democrat, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You can be a white Democrat, you're not a racist.
It's
if you're a white Republican, you're automatically a racist.
It's okay because they created the KKK, so it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
It's all right.
They forgot that actually.
They left that out. But listen, the most annoying part of this was hearing the House Minority Leader, Nancy Pelosi, her response to it. Basically, she said, the leading Republican presidential candidate's refusal to disavow the KKK was a breathtaking low point for our country. She goes on to say, this is hilarious. I can't even contain myself. She goes on to say,
I know.
Yet, while Donald Trump's radical agenda does not reflect the values of the American people, it is a perfect reflection of many in the House Republican Conference.
I can't.
Is that crazy? Is that crazy? Again, 2 words. Robert Byrd.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Right. And these are the same people who praised Robert Byrd at his funeral.
Yeah, they were at his funeral. Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Obama. But of course, Obama doesn't go to Scalia's funeral. But anyway, I have a caller on the line.
Right.
Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Mr. Pinko from Twitter.
Hey, Mr. Pinko, what's up? How you doing, buddy?
All right. I don't know if you guys are familiar with my work, but